Welcome back, everyone. It's a Tier 9 game on Morovanka. I am driving the Russian Tier 9 heavy tank, the ST-1, from the Russian, I guess it's called the heavy armor heavy tank line, which is almost a perfect description of this tank. It is a heavy armored tank. It's actually one of the slowest, actually if not the slowest, of the Tier 9 heavy tanks. It has some of the heaviest armor of the Tier 9 heavy tanks, possibly only equaled or exceeded by the E-75 and the Type 4 Heavy. It's armed with a fairly monstrous 122mm gun. This is the same gun you'll have on the IS-4, the IS-8, and I think even actually the IS-7. So it's a really, really nasty gun. It also has one unusual advantage for a Russian heavy tank. Most Russian heavy tanks are not noted for their gun depression. This one is. It's got 8 degrees of it. Sure, it's not quite American gun depression, but I find that in most situations, 8 degrees gets this tank a degree of flexibility it would otherwise, its other Russian heavy tank cousins completely lack. As a result, this tank, because of its heavy armor, its powerful gun, and its ability to engage at pretty much any angle, is very much a ridgeline and city brawler. It likes to fight up close and personal, where the slow aiming time of this gun is mostly negated, and its armor cannot protect it. Casually obliterate an unfortunate scout. Trying to do his job correctly, get things spotted for his GW Tiger artillery, which I'm a little bit worried about at this point. But not so much that I'm not just going to cruise in and start preying on KV-5s. KV-5s are another very heavily armored brawling tank. And when they're top of their own tier, they're excellent. Facing off with an ST-1. It doesn't work out so well for the KV-5. So here I am going to use the gun depression of this tank and its incredibly heavy frontal armor to just smash my way through these KV-5s. Also 110 back there, it's kind of an IS-3 clone, trained IS-3 clone. Just blew my tracks off the punk, but that's alright. ST-1. Take it. Oh! Another KV-5 falls. There's a T-30 back there, though. It's not threatening me quite yet, but now I know he's back there. I gotta be mindful of that cannon. It's probably the most powerful cannon in the game for. Oh, there's ST-1 back there. The ST-1 and the T-30 are the two main threats, so I gotta kill the ST-1 before the T-30 figures out what's going on and catches up. Get a good tracking hit into him. Turn my armor to face him. Right now, turn my flank armor to KV-5 at 230 and 110. I'm not too happy on that. Aha! I can turn my armor. Oh, geez. Nope. Oh, lost the 234. Go away. T-30's aiming at me. Do not want. Alright. This T-34's wreck is actually very... Well, so unfortunately, I lost his gun. His wreckage allow me to go hull down so that I can bounce shells while I tear these guys apart. T-30 falls back after I put a shell into him. KV-5 desperately tries to do some damage while I continue putting shells to any target that is convenient. Ooh, already gets a good hit in. It takes him out of play moment. Oh, this is probably going to sting a little bit. Yep, it did. Alright. Myself and the IS-6 behind me combined to put him out of his misery. T-30's come back for some more. He's a tank that really been taken out. Ooh, he just got tracked, I think, by the Su-152, which gives a chance to put a shot into his hull. Now they're both untracked. Oh, they're coming on both sides. Do not light. Alright, angle. And gun's going to go right through my front armor. Put another shot on the T-30. He's almost out of it. Oop. And the IS-6 and I think the SU combined to take out the KV-5 flanking me. Tries to face hug me, which is the right move, the T-30, but got stuck on the KV-5 wreck. And that allows me to get the necessary shot to take him out. A little bit of intense action there. I've now done, in just about 3 minutes of combat, 6,000 damage. Ooh. You should have been shooting me earlier, Mr. GW Tiger. Here's your penalty for not doing so. So yeah, that was ST-1 holds a very narrow gap with some good fire support from, in particular, a T-34, an SU-152, and an artillery, the FV-3805, while the rest of the team sweeps the flank. check out the post-game stats for that one. And here they are, unsurprisingly, Steel Wall and High Caliber. Mastery Badge, which are always kind of fun to see that you've gotten in a tank. And it's a pretty nice list of enemy tanks. In particular, both enemy tier 9s, I crippled the ST-1, enabled other tanks to take him out. Took the whole T-30 out. I had to shoot him 4 times to take him out of play. Bounce a shell from him. Yeah, GW Tiger, don't know, end of game, glorious long range meh shot, but gun's not good at it, doesn't mean you can't score hits. Put a couple hits in the 110, a couple hits in one KV-5, and into another KV-5, and into the third KV-5, because that's kind of the reason I was driving this match with the ST-1. I was looking for a big bunch of KV-5s to prey on, and it was nice of 3 of the 4 of them in the match to come and pretend that they could fight an ST-1 in a face-to-face brawl. Poor T-37. I always feel bad when I squish light tanks, but I also know better than let them live, because, well, he couldn't hurt me from the front. If he had gotten behind me, it would have been a completely different story. And, of course, he tends to attract artillery fire. Alright, team stats. Woo! Crushing victory for ST-1. You might notice that of the 4 enemy tanks that on the top, well, one's the artillery. The other 3 I never even saw. They were all fighting on the other side of the map against the wave of heavy tanks that came that way. Of the enemy tanks that actually faced me, the only one that got a really reasonable damage score was the enemy ST-1, 1,300 damage as he pushed around, taking out some of the tanks over there before I turned around and crippled him so that he could be put out of his misery. The poor T-30, 783. I think he might have gotten in only 1 damaging shot, because that's a decent roll for the 155mm gun that most T-30s drive around with. Poor guy. That one shot he penned me with. That poor T-37. Just feel bad, but can't let him live. Yeah, ST-1 sits and holds the pass. Again, apparently I am actually a Spartan. I sit in the pass and nothing can pass me, and nothing gets by while I live. For a very nice 1488 base experience. On the personal stats screen, we can see what that comes down to. 15 shots fired, 15 hits, 15 pens. Pretty rare for me in Russian heavy tanks. I bounce a lot because, well, apparently I'm a noob, a scrub or something. 6,719 damage. That's a pretty rare damage number at any tier. I mean, there are tier 10 games where I get half this much damage, and I'm like, yes, that was a good match. No, this was ridiculous. But I was kind of sort of clubbing KV-5s, let's be honest. KV-5s cannot hurt ST-1 from the front. So I managed to block 2,890 damage with the formidable armor of the ST-1. Only traveled 1 whole kilometer, but since, I kind of drove to where I was needed and just kind of sat there while the enemy rushed me and went, "Well, I want to kill you," and I said, nope. It wasn't really much need to go anywhere. Collected 96,000 credits, spent a good chunk of it on getting repairs, still walked away with a 70,000 credit profit. And thanks to that Monster XP event that's going on that I get 50% extra experience for, I went from only getting 2,000 experience to getting 3,348 plus 111 free XP. I hope you all enjoyed watching that match. Good game, and good night.